Good morning and welcome back, Ati Marie. Welcome back to Mr. Tim's Stories with Mr. Tim. Today's a special day. It is the first day of term 2 and my children will be starting school today, and they have got all of their online learning setting up, so I am not supposed to be a teacher, but I'll be keeping an eye on them, seeing that they're on track. So for all you children who are starting today, welcome back to school. It's a bit different than what we're used to, but we'll get used to it over the next couple of weeks. And so to all the children, good luck, enjoy your studies, and remember your mum and dad aren't really your teachers. If you do have any questions, I believe you can always contact your teachers. Now, we'll start the term off with a science question. Yesterday we talked about scorpions, but today we're going to I'm going to ask you is what's heavier, cold water or hot water? So if you have a litre of each, which one is going to be heavier, the cold water or the hot water? So I'll let you ponder that while we read today's story. Today's story is Mrs. Armitage, Queen of the Road, another Quentin Blake classic with beautiful illustrations. One morning, Mrs. Armitage came downstairs and found a letter on the mat. She read it to a faithful dog, a Breakspear. It said, "Dear Anastasia, because I'm buying a new motorcycle, I shall not need my old car anymore. I would like you to have it as a present. It is in the street outside. Here are the keys with love from your Uncle Cosmo." What a fabulous present. There was the car. "It doesn't look very exciting, Breakspear," said Mrs. Armitage, "but we'll give it a try." They climbed into the car and off they went. Meep, meep. They had not been going long when they went over a big hole in the road. Bing, bong, dang, boing! All the hubcaps fell off. Mrs. Armitage got out to look at the damage. Hubcaps? Who needs them? She took them off to the scrap heap and on they went. But as they were going round the corner by the vinegar works, scrunch! The mudguard was ruined. Mrs. Armitage got out to look at the damage. Mudguards, she said, who needs them? She took them off to the scrap heap and on they went. They were backing out of the scrap yard when, scrang! Oh, the front bumper had caught in an old bedstead. Mrs. Armitage got out to look at the damage. Bumpers? Ah, who needs them? She threw the bumpers on the scrap heap and drove away. They were on their way past the supermarket when a lorry backed into the street. Scrunch! Right into the bonnet. Mrs. Armitage got out to look at the damage. The bonnet, she said. Who needs it? She took it off to the scrap heap and on they went. Is there going to be much left of the car? There was quite a traffic jam beside the new building site where a big crane was moving heavy blocks of concrete. To and fro it went, to and fro, up and down, when suddenly, what's going to happen? Crunch! Mrs. Armitage got out to look at the damage. A roof, she said. Who needs it? She took it off to the scrap heap and on they went. Breakspear, said Mrs. Armitage, I think it's time for us to get out of this town. They went down the side road into the country. All about them were trees and birds were singing. Breakspear, said Mrs. Armitage, this is blissful. But the road got bumpier and bumpier. Bidding, bidong, bidang, bidwing, clunk. All the doors fell off and the boot as well. Mrs. Armitage got out to look at the damage. Oh, the stuff, Breakspear. Who needs it? Let's throw it all on the scrap heap and be on our way. But at that moment, there was a roar. It was Uncle Cosmo on his new bike. His friends were there too. Gizzy and Lulu, Fernando and Smudge. They were out for a day's drive. They all gathered round to look at Mrs. Armitage machine. "Wow," said Gizzy. "Wherever did you get it from? It's fantastic." "We're off to the Crazy Duck Cafe for a game of billiards and a can of banana fizz," said Uncle Cosmo. "You must come too." "But first have this leather jacket," said Smudge. "I've grown too big to wear it." "And you must each have a collar," said Lulu. "I don't need all three." "And have one of our bendy masks," said Gizzy. "We don't need both of them." "And let me give you a motor horn," said Fernando. "I don't need all 5 of them, and it's always good to have a motor horn." Off they roared to the Crazy Duck Cafe, and out in front with her faithful dog Breakspear was Mrs. Armitage, Queen of the Road. There they are, playing billiards and having banana fizz. Hope you enjoyed that one. Now, what was my question again? Oh yes, what is heavier, cold water or hot water? Now, drum roll. Whoopsh. The answer is cold water is heavier. That's very interesting. Now, enjoy your first day back at school. Make sure that you're nice and kind to your parents and to each other, and we'll see you tomorrow.